Well, hello everyone, and welcome back. It is a very dark and dim morning over here in New York City, about 6 a.m., 6:15 now a.m. I know we did start a little bit late, but as soon as we got the players underway, we got the game started, and what a series to lead things off for this bright and early morning over in the East Coast. We got Hyper Glory team that are going to be taking on Invictus Gaming, and believe it or not, this is in the lower bracket. That's right. They're duking it out in what we may consider the semifinals of the lower bracket action. It is an elimination series. The loser of the series will be done with their Summit 3 journey. The winner gets to move one step closer to getting that spot at the Summit House for the LAN. I'm KotLGuy, bringing you the coverage, of course, from beyond the summit, but I'm not going at it alone. I got my good buddy Blaze joining me remotely. Blaze, how you doing? Am I coming in loud and clear?
Certainly are, man. I am looking forward to this match. Yeah, it may be the lower bracket, but that just means the teams are going to be fighting all the more intensely. And I really do think that both are on par for what you'd want out of China for the Summit 3 qualifier. Invictus Gaming, obviously, they're the clear favorites. They're probably like the second best team in China right now. But, I mean, they got knocked down pretty hard in the upper bracket. So being in this position up against HGT, they definitely have to bring their A game, and I'm excited to see it. But looking at the draft here, we're going to be seeing a little bit of positioning control from Hyper Glory teams, the SMJ Sniper, throwing the Tree and Protector there. They just want to keep the enemy back, keep them away from them, create a little bit of buffer of space where they can deal their damage safely. But Queen of Pain, Bristleback, they like to be in your face. The Queen of Pain, even though she's a little squishy, she often blinks aggressively to get out her burst of damage. And then Bristleback, of course, is probably the biggest linebacker you're going to expect out of a team fight lineup. So, yeah, I expect some aggressive plays from Invictus Gaming pretty early on.
Yeah, also not really a surprise to see that Wisp get banned out, especially when you're going against Hyper Glory team. Kaka loves that Wisp. Regardless of getting your standard Wisp like partner or not, he seems to find a way to always make the hero work, and not surprised to see Invictus Gaming banning it out. Even IG have been rolling with the Wisp as of recent in their last match against Newbie, where they did beat Newbie 2-0. They did pick it up right there, and they had a Wisp CK, so I say almost of all the teams in this bracket right now, they're probably one of the most versatile teams to have a big, and very deep hero pool. So you really don't know what's coming your way, and Hyper Glory team should consider, instead of more going down the road of respect bans, banning out heroes you don't really want to be facing here. So they did open up with the Bat and Storm, and well, now having your Sniper and Tree, I wonder if we're going to be seeing the infamous Tree Phoenix kind of a duo, where you kind of put a lot around your team fight. I mean, Shrapnel already adds a lot with the Overgrowth. Imagine putting the Supernova on top of it, maybe like a Witch Doctor Death Ward. Things could get pretty crazy from Hyper Glory team, so it's something we're going to have to look out for if they are going to go with that big bit of team fight. But now on IG, they're going to pick up the illustrious Lina here. Very spicy grab in itself, and a hero they actually haven't rolled with too much as of recent, but the last time they did pick it up, it was going to be a support grab. So don't expect this necessarily to be a Ferrari kind of a hero. More than likely, we're going to see Ferrari on his Queen of Pain, and Lina will be more of a roaming, aggressive style support.
Yeah, there's a lot of versatility with this lineup here. I mean, we've even been seeing teams take Queen of Pain to the offlane a bit and prioritize farm on other heroes, since she's really all about her levels more than anything else. I mean, the Aghanims is probably the most important thing for a hero, but other than that, yeah, she can get a lot done in a lot of places. So we'll see some flexibility, some mids going to different lanes, and yeah, I mean, the non-traditional role set works pretty well for IG. Like you said, they're very flexible. I mean, even Burning, the tempo of his carry varies from heroes that win the game in 20 minutes and win the game in an hour and a half. Like, you can really get a lot of this guy. He can play so many different styles of carry Dota these days, and it's really fun to see. But yeah, I like the idea of Phoenix with Treant and Sniper. I mean, Overgrowth and even the headshot slow. Anything to reduce the attacks going out on that egg, and it's just going to make it so that their fights can be that much more effective. The unfortunate thing is now you're going up against Queen of Pain and Lina. Add in that Fiery Soul passive, and Lina is actually probably one of the best heroes to right-click that thing down from any position. So, yeah, it's a risky pick to some extent. They're just going to go for building up their structure, their support staff here. Treant and Vengeful Spirit, this is a very early game active lineup. They still can go very late. They can, control positioning with the Sniper, be pretty confident in his position and keep him alive with the living armor and such. But when it comes down to it, these heroes do want to accomplish a lot more early so that Invictus Gaming feel pressured.
Yeah, we'll see if that's the case. I do like the grab of the Vengeful
10
Spirit. A
seconds
worthy ban as
remaining.
well. I was getting a bit intrigued that Axe had been ignored so long up
5
until this
seconds
point,
remaining.
but he will get the ban out right there. It was something the Hyper Glory team did roll with the last time they had their like sniper
Reserve
tree
time.
lineup, which was in their match against Newbie about 4
Dire
days
team
ago. And in that case, they did go for a Witch Doctor, so it's something else they could still consider to put side by side with Vengeful Spirit. I mean, hell, more team fight, more stuns certainly don't hurt. And that was also a match where we got to see the infamous ZSMJ Lifestealer. Now, I don't know how much Lifestealer would be able to add in a lineup here against this IG squad, but he can benefit a lot from Treant Protector being able to lock everyone down and really allowing him to thrive on that hefty right click he can dish out. So we'll see if it's going to be that sneaky 5th pick this go around for Hyper Glory team or not.
Remaining.
But back over to IG. Look at this. This is a face we don't get to see very often. The Shadow
Reserve
Demon
time.
has been picked up here. Blaze, do you see any sort of significance on why Shadow Demon fits this spot right here for IG going against the Hyper Glory lineup, or is it something maybe they're trying to work with their own team synergy?
Well, it's very clear that they're going to be emphasizing heavy roaming here. The Shadow Demon Lina early game, all it's going to be is just ganking lanes, disruption into Light Strike Array, and when you consider what Queen of Pain and Bristleback can add as a
10
third
seconds
party member
remaining.
to that gank squad, you're going to actually be able to net a lot of kills here. It's not
5
just Lina and Shadow
seconds
Demon
remaining.
ganking, it's also each lane is going to have
Invictus
something to contribute in an
Gaming's
offensive
turn to
capacity.
ban.
So it's really coming down to the lanes for the most part, but it's still a hero that has so much flexibility. You get hit by a magic missile, or you even get hit by a
Dire
Reaper
team
Scythe, and you
ban.
could get defensively disruptioned, and suddenly you're fine. So yeah, I actually think this pick is going to be able to do a lot of work here, as long as you're in the right position and have that disruption available.
So a Necrophos here. That is something they have not
10
ran at all
seconds
as of
remaining.
recent. I'm looking through at least the past 20 days of their Dota
5
buff life
seconds
here, and this
remaining.
is something that they're going to be kind of dusting off when they bring it to their
Invictus
lineup here. But
Gaming's
I can see
turn
the
to pick.
significance. You know, you're going against the big meaty Bristleback, and you know he will be able to strike hard and early there. Maybe even adding a bit of problems for the Bristleback in the laning phase if he does decide to go with the early Heartstopper aura. So we'll see if it's something they do consider. No immediate synergy that's really standing out to me between the Necrophos and the rest of his lineup, though. He's just kind of a slow little old man. So anyway, they can lock him and slow them
10
down.
seconds
He'll definitely
remaining.
thrive on that. He's one of those few heroes similar to Bristleback where they do their
5
best
seconds
work in
remaining.
long-winded fights, getting out most
Yeah.
of those heals, most of the
Reserve
damage of the
time.
Heartstopper aura. Bristleback the same way. Get off as many quills as possible. Get as many right clicks in. So it's going to be really interesting to see both of these lineups go toe-to-toe when there's going to be long-winded fights. But that makes for some of the best Dota. I love it when it's not like a hit-and-run kind of a thing. That when we get like the sweaty, dirty fights, that's when things really happen. So here we go. We're going into the final picks here. And the last respect ban coming out from Hyper Glory team was eliminating the Slark pick. Invictus Gaming know that they need to go for an offlaner, so they eliminate the Tidehunter,
Alright.
and it looks like we're going to be
Dire
having a
team pick.
burning Juggernaut. He really did a lot of work with this Jug at DAC, and we haven't seen too much of it as of recent, but I'm sure just like any other real safe lane player, they have a Jug up their sleeve and they know how to use it.
Yeah, definitely. There's going to be a lot of potential here for them to get easy kills. They can leave him out on the lane for the most part of whatever offlane he goes up against. Maybe Centaur, maybe Phoenix. He can go up against
10
that pretty well.
seconds
The
remaining.
Tide would have given him some issues with that Anchor Smash, but that's not going to be the pick here. It's going to be the Earthshaker, which just makes you question if they're going to be running a dual lane bottom or if it's going to be just a straight up offlane Earthshaker.
That is a good question. Earthshaker is slowly coming to his own. Is this off-lane position? Empire, I saw, was one of the first teams to do it. I mean, it's probably been done before, like way back in the day, I'm sure. But as of recent, with the trends, Empire was one of the few to do it with Yoki there. And he obviously can block his own lane. That certainly helps out in a similar sense that a Clockwork does. But yeah, we don't know yet if they're going to try something funky with their laning setup here. Could go aggro, could go with the simple duels, or yeah, he could be like the lone hope here. And I believe, as you pointed out, Westbrook is not
Prepare for
a
battle.
stand-in. It is XTT, but he has been sporting the name Westbrook, which I certainly don't mind. I think Westbrook is a real badass name, Blaze. So if he wants to roll with it, then so be it. But let's get things started here before any sort of aggression comes out. We got IG taking Hyper Glory team in this best-of-3 series in the lower bracket of the Summit 3 China. That means the loser is going to be done. The winner gets to move on and continue fighting for that one last spot at the LAN. And I will do the honor of introducing your Radiant side Invictus Gaming squad. We got Burning down here, who's going to be repping the Jug. Nearby in the woods, we got Faith on your support Shadow Demon. IG Ferrari 430, the Bugatti one. He's going to be playing your Queen of Pain. We got Chuan on the fancy look and Lena, and that will leave Mr. Ji or Luo playing Bristleback in the off lane.
30 seconds. I think it's worth noting who has boots right now. Juggernaut, the Shadow Demon, and the Treant Protector are all going to be the heroes that really get into the thick of things really quickly, and Burning pretty much just going to rush out the phase boots, I think. So we're going to be looking over at the side of HGT. On the Dire, we do have ZSMJ, who is going to be running that Necrophos safe lane. That's going to leave the Sniper to be played by Air on the mid. You've got KotLGuy with the Treant Protector supporting alongside Pretty Haw on your Vengeful Spirit. And that will leave Westbrook, aka XTT, on your Earthshaker. Only one clarity for him, so just going to get a couple of Fissures out and then probably pick up boots himself.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. He will be having a bit of trouble trying to get CS if he's not going to have a lot of mana for that fissure. He does the block there, and he times it out so the rage creep will move forward. That way it dies quickly, and, well, then things definitely work out in his favor working with that equilibrium. So he's just looking to get an early burst of XP, probably trying to sneak in and get a couple of those runes, but we're not expecting him to really build in a wealth of farm early on because he's going to have his hands full here. Faith doing a nice job trying to keep back the range creep as best as possible, but it's still going to be pretty far forward as you can see here. So Burning really going to have a nice start. He should have no contention going for his own bit of CS. And Faith is probably going to try his best to keep zoning it back. Well, you have Chuan working with the pole camp here, getting it right back in the favor of IG. So pretty standard stuff right there. Your mid lane matchup now, it is the Ferrari Queen of Pain against Air and his Sniper. Queen of Pain seems to be one of those heroes that can kind of give Sniper a bit of a difficult time. I mean, she is the definition of being able to close the gap with that ridiculous 1300
Up top,
range.
Lewis actually going to be going down here. Just the combo of the Leech Seed and the Wave of Terror. It wasn't a Magic Missile play. It was a Wave of Terror play. The Heartstopper kind of whittled him down a little bit, but just a few right clicks and the Leech Seed was sufficient.
I dropped the ball catching that. Something very unexpected for this Bristle to get caught out, and yeah, without a Magic Missile even. Maybe just overextending himself, but that is going to be pretty difficult there, and they're not looking to let up this aggression. They start already with Pretty Hot dishing out the right clicks. It looks like Tree's not going to be able to get close enough to dish out another Leech Seed. Oh, I say that, but now he walks forward, and yeah, Luo just has to be careful here, and I'm sure Magic Wands are going to be of the abundance here. You see ZSMJ already has his. Something to just always kind of have on hand when you're going against someone like a Bristleback or a Bat Rider. That is interesting to see. It's going to be Hyper Glory Team who do strike first. And your head CS, no surprise, belongs to Burning so far as the 2-minute rune will spawn. Ace on bottom. Westbrook is going to grab it. See you later as he heads to the bottom.
Yeah, pretty favorable for him. I'm curious if he actually goes for a bottle or if he's going to be picking up boots here from the side shop as quickly as he can. But he has 600 gold right now. Soul Ring is also a possibility. I have seen that occasionally on Earthshakers who want to make sure they can spam Fissure whenever it's off cooldown, and that might be what allows him to get to level 6. But as it is right now, I mean, he's going to be doing better than the Bristleback for sure. Just Bristleback overstepping and also having a really hard time against that Heartstopper. It's just really good against high HP heroes, and in this case, just even 1 point in it is going to be giving Bristleback a little bit of a hard time. That mid matchup, it's going to be 2 Null Talismans coming after a Ferrari before he even looks at Bottle or Boots. He just really wants to win the CS war. I mean, obviously right now, Sniper is like 4 CS behind, and Queen of Pain wants to keep it that way. You look at the denies as well, and she's got twice as many as he. That's actually huge.
That is definitely a big deal in a day and age when denies me that much more. I know they did tweak it up a bit recently, so being able to take that extra bit of XP burst from your Sniper is very crucial. Sniper can become a problem later on when he gets that level 6 underway. All it takes is a quick TP and a snipe, and next thing you know, he's got another kill under his belt without having to do a whole lot. So, checking here with bottom, Westbrook going to dish out another brief block to get the creep, back under and in his favor. And it is going to be the bottle grab. No Soul Ring / Tranquils build up here. He's going to go with the bottle to keep the early bit of sustain. And he's level 2 right now, just looking to make the best of it here on out. Well, Burning continues to really get a lot out of this. 20 and 8, he's got his phase boots now complete. This is pretty much just your standard Burning Jug, looking to kind of truck on forward, most likely going for the Mask of Madness here soon. And then if you can kind of take down this tier 1 access point bottom and mid, maybe you can sneak in a Roshan good time.
All right, they've got this disruption potentially on air. No, just a little bit too fast. Faith's smoke breaks out, and he's not able to actually close the distance for the disruption. So throwing out an annoying poison or two, but in the end, they really wanted to get the Shadow Strike with the disruption, and that's not happening whatsoever. Instead, Ferrari is sitting here at just 250 life, and the bottle finally comes out for him. So we do have a few bottles now hitting the field, and I got to look at Earthshakers and say, is he actually going to get any runes with that? I mean, they can do cool manipulations with the, if people TP in from the fountain, he can refill it that way. Maybe Bottle Crow, of course, but as far as covering up that bottom rune, it seems pretty dangerous against the Shadow Demon Lina.
Yeah, it's going to be tricky because they're very mobile. Faith and Chuan are going to make sure they do their damnness to be on Rune Watch and not allow this Earthshaker to get anything easy, or even look to bait it out where he thinks he has an easy rune and they turn it right back over on his head. And well, speaking of turning back and around, you got Faith here who's trying to sneak in from behind. Westbrook will have to be a little bit cautious here. Burning, very aggressive play, so he knows something's up. And now actually reinforcements even coming in the form of Pretty Hot right behind him. I wonder if they could bait out Westbrook here and get something turned around, but it is still a 3-on-1. And Burning, not quite Omni yet, but there's going to be disruption. They also get the Soul Catcher and the Poison to land out. There goes the spin. Here comes Kaka, though, going right for Chuan. Should be able to take him down. They do get him down. Oh, man. Very nicely played out there from Hyper Glory Team. They kind of anticipate the aggressive movement. They had this ward to kind of scout it out as well. And, well, they turn it right back on IG's head. And now Faith is just, he's in a whole different world here. He's going to try to create space with this, but he has a long way to go to get back to safety. Go, buddy.
Little Dire Creep dragging his sword in pursuit, but they will get the fish route very shortly, and they're going to be just finish him off in no time at all. But yeah, I mean, any space you can create is ideal. If he could get the neutral denied, that would be insane. But in the end, he definitely is going down one way or another. Queen of Pain, though, will jump on air in the mid and commit his ultimate, knowing there's no support rotation. There is, however, a living armor, and Ferrari is going to pay. No, he gets the screen right before it bursts through the Leech Seed, or the living armor, and it is going to actually get him the kill before Sniper kills him. Treant is still able to get the kill on Eridar in the end. Faith will fall, but you get some good experience on Ferrari in the meantime.
That living armor, it's quite deceptive. You think you have an easy grab, and next thing you know, those pesky little green roots pop up, and you are really sweating it out to get it down. And because of it, you know, he does manage to get the kill. He gets the burst of XP first and foremost, but it is an equal trade there at the end. And Faith also just to the north side does eventually go down. It took him quite a bit of time, so I guess you could chalk it up to a little bit of space creation and relieve some of the pressure on the other lanes, but he does end up going down, and it's a pretty early lead here for Hyper Glory Team 4-1. But here we go, Disruption Soul Catcher once more. They're going for KotLGuy here. And even Ferrari getting involved. It's just easy pickings right there as they take down the Treant Protector, and it goes to Ferrari.
This is not a metric that we usually reference this early in the game, or maybe at all, but if you look at experience per minute, it's so telling of how well Queen of Pain is doing right now. A Ferrari has 460 plus experience per minute. The Sniper's down to 300. Like, he's gotten focused on denies so much. 21 creep denies for Ferrari, as well as, of course, being involved in those 2 kills. Like, it's just immense how much level advantage he's going to be having at this point in time. Already 2 levels up, and he's going to be hitting level 11 at an insane time. Yeah, he's playing games with air a little bit with the Assassinate versus Blink, but yeah, in the end, Ferrari is just really playing this mid lane masterfully.
Yeah, I like that. He's trying to get him to bait out that little bit of a Blink, but Ferrari, you know, he's one of the best, if not the best mid laners you can ask for here, and he's really giving it to air, and they certainly do need it because across the map, Hyper Glory Team have been kind of putting in the work here, but okay, Burning, who's been farming a jungle camp's going to get spotted out from Kaka. Pretty hot, Magic Missile, and air, dishing out the shrapnel. He's got to spin the hell out of here, but he might go down, and an Omni Slash is not going to be enough to turn things around. There's the snipe, and air gets the kill. Burning goes down. They're just a little bit in the dark. We'll check their vision, and they don't have any down there, so he doesn't see the rotation coming his way.
Yeah, they smoked through for it too, but like, I'm actually really surprised the Magic Missile connected. Usually that projectile, you have enough time to just hit one panic button. The spin would have done it, but as soon as the missile connects, he's pretty much dead.
Yeah, maybe just kind of checking out somewhere else on the map. It's hard to see without checking out his perspective, but you are right. Magic Missile is one of those kind of projectiles where it gives you enough time to quickly react in a way to get away, whether it's disruption, whether it's spin or what have you. You can get it done. And I just do want to say, seeing Shadow Demon, I didn't say it during the draft, the last time in recent history I saw a very effective Shadow Fiend was in that EG matchup against Not Today, where Sumail got that huge steal of the Aegis, and it was PPD dishing out so many poison stacks to that pit, and that's the benefit you have from a Radiant side, which they do here, is that you can get poison all the way towards that pit just from the other side of this high ground. He had 6 stacks on the Bristleback that game and 5 on a Broodmother, and it just dominated him. We'll have to see if it's something that IG go for. It's, you know, here we don't see very often, so sometimes you don't anticipate all that poison stacking up, but it can be pretty deceptive. It will knock you down a peg pretty damn hard.
Yeah, but one key aspect of that I would have to say is the Shadow Demon having a really good game in terms of levels, maybe mana management. He's got to have a lot going for him. Maybe if they can counter gank up top, that's possible, but they have to have their timing perfect. Right now they've got 2 level 4 heroes and then the Bristleback who's baiting hard.
Right, they use Nature's Skies to get pretty hot, nice and close, but they look to turn it right back. They get the Reaper Scythe off. It does go down, but the disruption was on ZSMJ. He still got the Reaper Scythe off regardless. Fissure flies out, and they make it a 2-fer. Hyperglory team get 3 now with the snipe. Very nicely done. They turn a top lane movement into a bloodbath here as they take out 3 from IG, and now they'll add pressure on the tower.
They just reacted to that situation really poorly. They didn't realize how much damage and Sable would be coming in against the Bristleback so quickly. If you have a Magic Missile in flight and a Reaper Scythe charging up, and you disrupt that target, suddenly HGT have exhausted all their cooldowns for absolutely no purpose. But he went for the offensive disruption, didn't realize the smoke breakout and the invis breakout until it happened, and the reaction caused him to lose 3 lives. Man, that could have been so good for IG with 1 defensive disruption, and instead it turns on its head. So we see Necrophos rotating down bottom. He's got Intread, so at least got 1 Death Pulse available, and yeah, Chuan's still going to try to go for a play against him, but JSMJ is pretty confident here.
Just a little caster curse, you know, propping and boasting up a Shadow Demon, and then unfortunately just a missed disruption right there causes a bit of disaster. But yeah, right after they get work done there at the top lane, ZSMJ moves himself right towards the bottom, most of the gold, sidesteps that stun. Living Armor comes on through here, and now tons of rotations as they get the swap back onto Burning. He goes down again with the Magic Missile. Big Stun catches 3. Chuan's the one popping the Fissure, and an Overgrowth. He goes down. Hyperglory team looking to be on a tear here. Ferrari is able to get away with the TP, but my oh my, Blaze. Hyperglory team getting work done across the map now. They take Burning down again and get Chuan. They move ahead 10-2 here. And you're talking about a game where, according to Dota 2 Lounge odds, they put it at 80% plus favorites for IG, but I think that's a huge value bet. Hyperglory team have been known to pull out huge upsets all the time.
Yeah, I mean, IG is amazing, but I would say that's 70-30 at most. Like, HGT plays just such a good game, and we're seeing it here. Getting some Quill Sprays out means more Magic Stick fuel for potential stuns, but they will let the Bristleback go this time and just focus on bottom lane. That tier 1's falling quickly. Aquila and the long-range right clicks from air, they can finish this one off with no problem. But one key difference between these fights is now this emphasis on survivability from the Necrophos versus damage from the Juggernaut. From the safe laners, Juggernaut gets a Phase Boots, Mask of Madness looking towards Yasha. The Necrophos gets a Mechanism, and since no Omni Slashes have come out, that means that one has been far more impactful than the others. DSMJ has really turned the fights and made sure that even with huge Light Strike Array Dragon Slave combos, that everybody's topped off no problem. And combine that with the Living Armor that's now maxed out, everybody's going to survive. Unless the Sonic Wave is just perfect, and probably level 11. You probably need to let Ferrari get just half a level more.
Yeah, Tree getting a lot of early XP, getting involved in so much. He gets level 7 pretty fast for your support Tree. Normally they're kind of struggling and they're forced to kind of be stuck in a lane to get a bit of solo time, but he doesn't need to really here. And now, yeah, he does have that level 4 Living Armor and Overgrowth ready to go. Shadow Demon trying his best to dish out the poison to slow down the push pressure here from Hyperglory team. As soon as they got that top tier 1 tower, they've just been going from lane to lane, quickly clearing out these towers and bringing in so much gold for everyone here. And it really looks like IG don't have a lot to respond to it. They need to have Burning still focus on finding his own farm on the bottom. Ferrari was able to take down that tier 1 top lane, and he continues to kind of split push and, you know, boast up his own XP. He's at level 11 right now, and he has the highest net worth, so he could definitely turn things around for him. But Hyperglory team are doing a nice job bringing in lots of farm from everyone on the team. Okay, jump in Fissure stun, and they're able to get the quick kill right there, taking down Chuan. Nice little blink movement. Westbrook suddenly has a blink dagger on his Earthshaker. That just goes to show where all that gold is just really paying off for Hyperglory team.
And mana management. One thing is, a lot of people fall into the trap of buying Arcane Boost really early on Earthshaker. He doesn't even need a magic stick. Just the bottle is sufficient for him, and he's able to make these plays happen. Faith definitely going down as well. The Necrophos ulti is going to put him in the grave for 57 seconds. All Chuan and Faith were trying to do was get a little bit of experience and create space so that the side laners could push out safely. And that's all well and good, but when you're out of the game for an extra minute, because of that, I don't feel that's worth it. They lose the tower, they lose 2 heroes, and most importantly, the Necrophos gets that kill.
This is valuable time for these supports where they desperately need to throw the levels together. Now he's going to be stuck on the sidelines for an additional 30 seconds because of that scythe. HyperGlory team using this to their advantage. They move right into the pit. Burning is nearby. I'm not sure if they've pinged it out quite yet. Meanwhile, top lane, Westbrook, who is in Viz, scouting out Ferrari nearby. It's not enough of a stack to dish out an Echo. There is a creep wave on the way, though. But he's all out alone going at this, and he'll just keep tabs on him. And suddenly they're about to finish off a medallion on Kaka as well. But here we go, top lane. They get the fissure off onto Ferrari. Ferrari, no blink either. Was already used. 4 more seconds, 3 more seconds, trying to get away ZSMJ. No Reaper Scythe, obviously, but okay. That's going to be the blink out. Ferrari will TP back home. And valiant effort there from Westbrook to try to make a jump in and catch him with that mini stun, but it's not happening. Ferrari will walk out, but it's HyperGlory team who do take down the Roche, and it is going to get picked up by... Who grabbed it right here? Oh, it's the Sniper. Sniper picks up the Aegis, so he'll have the extra life.
Yep. Nice life insurance policy for him. He's got the Mask of Madness, so he's playing Glass Cannon already, and you definitely want to be able to fight after the Omni Slash and Sonic Waves come out. So that's going to work out pretty well for him. Laguna Blade's also on the table now, so Chuan hasn't really unveiled that one yet, but presumably he will look to do so very soon. And yeah, and the Sniper having the ability to go for full offensive and still be technically survivable because of the Aegis is really nice. Ferrari's actually in another tough spot here. Blink is long range and relatively short cooldown now that it's been put up to rank 3, but still has to be very careful even in his own jungle. It's just that this is not safe territory. HGT have warded it up offensively. I mean, look at their 3 wards. They've been blocking off the Ancients a ton, so Bristleback can't stack it, but they're getting easy kills, and this is another Reaper side.
Yeah, that's just easy setup right there. KotLGuy didn't even need to use the medallion, or maybe he forgot to use it, but they have everything already for that was the beefiest meat of the IG squad, and he looks like paper right there as they just quickly annihilate him, and now they look to add pressure onto this tier 2. The majority of IG have been kind of dancing around this top lane. They're waiting to see if someone's going to rotate to stop burning, and maybe they can make a jump in, but look who's already scouting him out. It's Kaka from behind. He's just like, okay, guys, I see you here. And they can almost use this to their advantage. They rotate 2 over. Oh, they do get the sentry down. They do spot him out now. He gets the overgrowth to lock him in place in air. He's going to easily shoot apart and take down Faith. And they get Chuan on top of it. This is a disaster for IG. It always feels like HyperGlory team are just one step ahead at this point. It's now 2-15 Blaze. Unbelievable.
It's insane. Like, they haven't gotten anything out of their Lina or their Juggernaut yet. No ultis have come out from those 2. And honestly, Air's positioning is just insane. Like, that teleport, he actually, like, clicks in a position where he knows that his allies are going to be creating a buffer. Like, they couldn't go on him if they wanted to. They purge out the Treant, and this guy's got 1100 HP. You're not chewing through that. It's just they respond to situations really well. They know how to kind of get in formation to make sure that the heroes that are allowed to take the hits are on the front line.
Echo on the Ferrari, yeah, okay. Unbelievable. Just a quick jump in, Echo, and it's enough lockdown that they could just follow with the magic missile, and your Queen of Pain goes down. Ferrari, who had been second in net worth up to that point, is trying to put together what looks like a Necro 3. You know, Queen of Pain Necro 3, not something you see every day, but in this kind of a game, I guess you could use the detection to scout out anyone who's underneath your skies, and it's obvious that IG might need to consider doing side objectives while they're losing a lot in these team fights. So it's a bit unorthodox for your Queen of Pain build, but it feels like almost an emergency kind of a thing in this game.
Tower is under attack.
Geometry Sight is actually on the side of HGT now. A very aggressive pickup that could be punished, but the way this game has been going, it seems like it's going to be sitting in his hands for quite some time. Burning and Lua on the top lane. Looks like they want to punish it yet again. There's one TP. And Lua, yeah, he's going to get canceled if he tries to jump away.
He's done. It's just going to be a slow and painful death for him. Kaka happy to step back and away. He already led in with that medallion, and it's now Air who has a mega kill streak. He already has about 2,600 gold on top of the phase Mask of Madness Aquila he's already thrown together for himself. He's at 4th in net worth, believe it or not, though. It's 7,300. You know, of course, ZSMJ still at the top. 8,600 for him and his Necrophos. He actually, I think he just, oh, okay. I thought he was going to finish up the Ags, but it looks like he's just going to stop for the reliable point booster, and he does get the Blink Dagger. So mobility now.
I think that's the right choice, because if you look at the kill up top that they were looking for the Queen of Pain, and he was like 1 hit from death, all you need is a Blink Dagger to shift Q after your TP, and that Death Pulse is in range. So yeah, I definitely think that the Blink Dagger is what was missing from his build, and he'll still get the Aghanims at a really good time.
Things looking very, very good here for Hyper Glory Team as they push ahead 2-17 now. And they do not stop the aggression while they have this much of a power advantage. They are now trucking on through the IG Woods. They blink forward. They catch Luo. Reaper's Scythe. They get him with the Fissure. It's not enough to, finish him off with said Scythe, but they do get him in the grave nonetheless. And it's a mega kill for ZSMJ. 18-2 now. Hyper Glory Team on an absolute tear here in game number 1. Just looking to make an emphatic start to this series.
Most definitely. So Queen Pain does finish up the Necro 3, so that means some detection on their side, as well as the return damage against the Earthshaker's Echo Slam. The Echo Slams does, it's, oh gosh.
They got burned.
Juggernaut.
Yeah, he was just up trying to do a side push, but an overgrowth and all the lockdown that they've just had this game, he can't do anything. I mean, Blaze, I have yet to see Burning dish out like a killing Omni Slash. I haven't seen a Queen of Pain Sonic Wave, a Laguna. It's like IG are unable to get anything done with what they already have. It's ridiculous. I've never seen a beating like this onto IG as it is.
They're playing scared. They are spreading the map as much as they can, and that would be perfectly fine as far as stalling out the game if they could disengage. But the problem is this Treant's always waiting. The Treant is ready to cancel TPs, lock you in place with the overgrowth, and what it means is that where you feel safe to disengage, you're like, oh, I can just take this next creep wave and then back off to my jungle safely. It's not true at all. Like they get the kill every single time, and it stacks up 19-2. It builds up a lot of potential for the comeback, but their high ground defense isn't the strongest. That Sonic Wave is pretty much the best they've got, and the sniper just, I mean, he's better at sieging. He's going to be in a position where he's so far in the back lines that it doesn't matter, and the way HGT have been playing it, it's most likely they're going to be going to the high ground 5v4 thanks to Reaper Scythe.
Yep. Just looking to get back, goes towards his Ancients to farm it up, but where he is, there's going to be a Kaka nearby. Now, they do have the Sentry. He's going to see him here. He better be able to react and get away, but no. There's no time to react, Blaze. It's instant Echo Slam that shows up, and then they follow it up once more, not even needing the overgrowth. He goes down again. Burning is 0-4-0 on his Jug. Top lane, they're able to bring down that tier 2, but here come the rotations. They think about making it go into ZSMJ with that Necro 3. Air to show up. They're going to get air. Okay, nice. Laguna at the end. Chuan's able to seal the deal onto that one. Here comes Westbrook, though. Drops down the Fissure, catches 2 with the stun. Face should go down. Luo could be next here, and if they finish him off, they will. It's 3-2-2, Blaze. The dream is real, as Hyper Glory Team are just continuing to dominate through IG.
Dream is very real indeed, but yeah, this is a tough position. They've fought as hard as they could to try to just make space on the map, but they're suppressed at every angle, and their draft just doesn't have much control. Like they were relying a lot heavy on the Shadow Demon, the Lina to roam around early and find some kills. And what have they actually gotten out of those two? 1 assist on Shadow Demon, 1 kill and 1 assist on Lina. Like of those 3 kills, they've participated in 1 or 2 apiece. It's just they really haven't found what they need to out of that combo in particular, and then everything else has just been playing from behind, trying to get back into the game through that route. But it's hard to do against the Necrophos. Like, he's the one who really just is able to hammer a nail in the coffin with the Reaper Scythe, and it's going to be difficult. Even right here, Faith trying to get some map control. He thought this was warded. No, this was just intuition. They saw the Juggernaut make his way towards the Ancients, but the Blink Echo was literally just him blind going in. As soon as he saw the Juggernaut, he sees his model, and within like a quarter of a second, he's Echo Slammed. Like, it just doesn't give him any chance to react.
It's like walking past sentries, but not dewarding them, unless I'm crazy. He walked past 2 of them with his gem, but maybe he doesn't want to. I don't know. That's a big. I mean, no, they are in the dark because there's no obs nearby still, but they're not taking the time.
Essentially, this is a smoke gank. You don't deward on your smokes. They're going. They say they don't have any obs vision, and they're all under Nature's guys. So it's essentially a surprise attack they're putting out onto Chuan here.
They Getting the fissure. There's the magic missile. He is caught on the other side. But Ferrari's looking to make it go onto Westbrook. And the snipe does fly through onto Faith. They might get Westbrook here. He dishes out the Echo. Meal on the left-hand side. There's going to be our Omni Slash, but they can't get anyone done with it with the mech on the return. They get the Reaper Sight to take Faith out of the game now for a minute. Now burning. Okay, they get a nice Sonic Wave, which finishes off CSMJ. This is IG's chance to come right back, as they're going to be able to get air as well, but can he get Ferrari? He can! Gets the kill there on the back end with his last dying breath. Ends up being a slaughterhouse here, as it's going to be 4 for 3. Pretty hot. Makes this escape. Juan's not going to be in there in time for the LSA, but all right, when the dust does settle, it's IG getting the first significant fight of this game. Does prove to be about a 2,200 gold swing for themselves, and even more on the XP side of things. A fight they really needed, but they do lose a lot. They lose Burning again because of it.
Doesn't account for the gem of True Sight. They were also able to pick up from the Treant Protector, and that's huge for them. The gem for HGT, it was kind of a ballsy pickup. It doesn't really scout anything out for IG other than their wards. All it does is do Luo. What? Okay, I'm just bypassing that because that just seems like a critical positioning error. He assumes that because there are so many dead, he's safe, but these supports are like level 12 apiece. It's just very difficult to actually consider them a non-threat. But yeah, the Gem True Sight for HGT, all it was de-warding material. For IG, it's gonna be their lifeline. Being able to scout out the Nature's Guise approach, being able to actually get map control back. Like you see how many sentry wards they put out. Like they have this kind of daisy chain of sentry wards throughout the western side of the map. But getting this gem and now having those out on the map for free, that's actually huge if they can hold on to it.
So we'll have to see if HyperGlory team look to pick up another gem to kind of counter back against that, or just have to wait it out. But KotLGuy has got 2 of the 4 components towards an Aghanim Scepter. Then you got those eyes all over the place. And map dominance is almost a certainty, and you better hope that IG are really clenching onto their gem. Thankfully, they do have plenty of tree clearing, at least with Chuan. He'll be able to be the one to kind of help clear things out. But here we go. It's HyperGlory team who pick up another sweet Aegis grab. It's going to go right back to air, it looks like it is. And for his sniper, he has his S and Y now, about 1,500 gold, as he's going to farm up this brief little ancient stack. Still in a very strong position here, but IG not looking to roll over so easily. Ferrari's their top net worth here, just behind ZSMJ. He's got his Necro 3 complete. He now has a BKB, a shiny new one at 10 seconds, ready to work here. One of those things where you think HyperGlory team, you know, they built a lot around their team fight, putting out that overgrowth, really getting close. That can prove to be a bit of a problem when you have that huge sonic wave flying out plus the Necro book. So we'll see if they're able to capitalize with that. Luo positioning has been a problem for him, and it could be again. They catch him with the overgrowth. He's not TPing anywhere, and it looks like it's going to be another slow and painful death for this Bristleback, and probably another kill here for Air. If they can find him, where is this pesky Bristleback? He's getting scouted out from KotLGuy, but no, they're just waiting out for ZSMJ to make sure he stays dead even longer. 80 seconds out. That's an Aghanim's scythe, mind you. So there is no chance of coming back.
Yeah, Ferrari's got his Necronomicon. He's not going to use it for the split push top, though. He's going to be saving it in case they need it for a fight, or if he really just has to side push the lane really hard. The tier 1 mid is actually pretty low. The living armor keeps on trying to heal it up, but it's still under half, so maybe he just pushes through on that. One thing about gem management that I want to talk about for IG is they're actually going to be waiting for the Aghanim Scepter to come out for the Treant. They wait for a couple of eyes in the forest. Oh, Faith. Yeah, Disruption is going to buy you some time, but you're not getting out of this one. Ferrari, though, looking to turn it.
Oh, Ferrari does step in. They get good damage. They're going to take down Westbrook with it. Westbrook led in with a missed Echo Slam that Ferrari was able to sidestep away from, so he didn't have it there. And now Pretty Hot. Oh, Ghost Scepter. Sorry, Burning. I'm a farm support, at least farmed enough to have this little tool for you. And he does go down, but he's eating a lot of damage from the Necro Book. He can't go away, and they get him down. Burning goes down again. It's 3 down all day in the exchange for Westbrook, the Earthshaker. So another good start, 8-29 now. Still HyperGlory team's game.
I appreciate the attempt to turn it around and prevent that from just being a single Shadow Demon pickoff, but it ends up costing them even more because of that Ghost Scepter. I think they just didn't know about the Ghost Scepter on bench, otherwise they definitely wouldn't have made that play. But yeah, Assassinate canceling the TP even when he's spinning, and then Overgrowth shortly thereafter. Now we're going to be seeing another gem picked up on HGT, but I want to talk about the Radiant Gem a little bit here. But now that the Aghanim Scepter is on the horizon for the Treant Protector, you wait for a couple of Eyes in the Forest to come out, and you probably put it on your Bristleback. Bristleback's got the BKB TP, and he's also got a Quelling Blade. So he himself can cut down a few trees, and this is going to allow them to limit what Treant can do in terms of full map control. That doesn't, however, fix the situation of they still have a tier 1 standing, and all of the outer tier towers for IG are completely demolished.
Air picks up that top tier 2, and he is getting pretty close towards his Scotty. He has one ultimate orb, has enough for the second. And this is a sniper we're talking about, one of the best high ground defenders and one of the best at prolonging a game, but he is on the offensive end of this one. And that kind of adds a bit more security to the side of HyperGlory team. And IG need to continue to just try their best to find a bit of farm here and have something to hold their own high ground. High ground defense is something that they're going to have to consider very soon as the pressure is starting to come down this mid lane. They get a Fissure onto Luo, will force him back, but HyperGlory team not looking to wait this out too long. They don't want to allow the chance for Burning to really throw together the farm on his Jug and be a problem later on. Burning has yet to even get a kill this game. I mean, have we ever seen this, Blaze? I mean, 0-6 on Burning. If you picked him in your Vulcan fantasy team, you were crying right now, and I think I did, so I'm not too happy about that. But very uncharacteristic for him. He's seeing if he can pull out a bit of a comeback here.
Yeah, no, I mean, he has a lot of ground to make up for. I mean, Juggernaut is a kill-oriented carry. Like, he's not just there to farm. His late game is okay. The Agi nerf hit him a little bit. He's definitely not like your past the hour mark carry anymore, but yeah, he needs kill emphasis. Alamy Slash is pretty much a free kill on mini heroes. He plays like Void with his first chrono. You just get in there, pop your Master Manas, get a kill. And it's just not happened the entire game. The only real opportunity, suddenly Ghost Scepter and suddenly nullified. Like, this is, like, if you look at his actual targets here, the Earthshaker is actually a pretty good one, but that's about it. He's got a lower HP and armor than most, but like the Treant Protector is tanky as all get out. Necrophos is built tank. Sniper's now got Sanjit Yasha Scotty, and Venge has got that Ghost Scepter. Like, it's really hard to find an actual opportunity to really make use of this damage, and he's going to go for Diffusal Blade, which will purge off the Ghost Scepter as well as Living Armor, and maybe that's going to actually get him to his first kill.
Not your traditional itemization path for your Jug, but in a situation like this, it seems necessary, even if you need to start getting little picks on those backline supports who think they can get out easy with, like you said, that Living Armor or with that Ghost. So he'll make the best of it here as he trucks on through, farming through the jungle of the top of the map here. As HyperGlory team continue to truck on through, you still have some time here, I imagine, on no Aegis, actually. It's already down, but your Scotty's now complete. So your Sniper's got that serious amount of slow, serious stats, and maybe your HyperGlory team look to play this safe. They continue to farm up a bit, wait for the next Roche to pop up. That's going to be a cheese Roche, mind you, and then that might be their ticket to try to break into the high ground here. But not looking to kind of get too separated and allow any sort of comeback here for IG. You know, it's just the nature of the game that at this point when you have such a big advantage, I mean, it's not dramatic. When you look at the kills and you compare it to the net worth, it doesn't seem to be equal, but it still might be enough to, you know, any little bit IG get, they get that much more from. Call it rubber band, call it the rebound, call it whatever you want. Fact of the matter is if you give IG a couple of kills, it makes things a lot easier for them to come back into this game.
I'm just looking at Luo here, and I'm watching him build the Underground Railroad right here. If you saw this in a pub game, you would say, okay, this guy is just giving up, he's throwing in the towel, he doesn't care. But, you know, in the pro games, they actually have an option to do that. No, you don't have to take that route. What he's doing is just essentially saying, okay, we don't have any control of the map right now. I'm just going to chill up here, wait for them to take an objective on the southern half of the map, maybe towards Roshan, and then I'm going to push out top lane and just be in that position so that I can do that and get out quickly. Hopefully it's not without an overgrowth catching him by surprise. No eyes in the forest nearby just yet, but yeah, it's still just an awkward position to be in, and obviously he's had a lot of positioning issues this game, so maybe this is his fix.
Be nowhere. That will be the fix, but yeah, he maybe considering being that one to split push or something. We'll have to see when he decides to come out of that little closet right there and what the game plan actually is.
Going right down mid.
But yeah, here we go. They're all in Viz now. Smoked. Got some Nature's Guys is out there. They're looking to cut off Burning on his way back, but he is very swift. He's on the run. They're going to see him there, but Westbrook cuts him off at the pass with a fissure, an echo follow-up, a hex. You're not going anywhere, buddy. Burning goes down, and he is out. 90 seconds, no buyback. Okay, well, Hyperglory team, if they're looking for a way to get easily into the high ground, this is probably one of your best chances. So I think they're going to try to get a push happening here very
Dire's
soon.
bottom tower is under attack.
You might have muted your Skype. I'm not too sure.
Dire's structures are
that's weird.
fortified.
Sorry about that. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, there you
Sorry,
go.
I must have slipped and hit the button that does the toggling there. My bad. I'm just saying, you know, big grab right there, taking down Burning, out for 90 seconds. Now it's only a minute, but no buyback. So this is Hyperglory team's chance to now move into this mid lane and get some damage onto the tower. Look at, I mean, desperate IG, split pushing both top and bottom lanes, but here's the pressure coming out.
Dire's bottom tower
They've
is
got,
under attack.
I mean, they've got the Necronomicon and Shiva's Guard on Ferrari, so the Earthshaker is going to be going down very quickly in this fight, but still, the Necrophus is the one you have to bring down. He's the big bad boss, and he's going to have Reaper Sight for 10 seconds. Hex, Blink, Reaper Sight, like, it's another free kill and another person out for a minute. It's going to be really hard to hold this from the slow siege.
They're trying their best. Faith continues to dish out the poison. Stack here and there. 2, 3 now onto air. Something he will have to look out for, but they have plenty of sustaining heal with living armor. And there's going to be the swap. They're going for Luo. There's the scythe. He's out. 80 seconds. No coming back. Burning should be back in about 10 seconds time, but there's the Necro Book now being deployed from Ferrari. The Tier 3 had already been dropped, and the Raktas are now exposed here. And it looks like they're going to be able to get the first set, possibly. Melee is going to be going down. Burning is back, but it might be a little too late. In fact, Hyperglory team see Burning's back, and they're just going to take their winnings as it is right now and just get the hell out of there. So Hyperglory team doing the first real base damage this game. Get that 1 Rax down at 35 minutes in.
So at this point, they can just kind of go back to map control, get some more eyes in the forest down. There's actually a very cheeky one in the base that's not going to be detected by any towers, and the Sentry Ward is just out of range. So hopefully IG find a way to deal with that one. Faith has the gem right now, but man, if they miss that tree, that's a lot of intel going to the Dire just in that little spot. And if you get overgrowth like on your way to the base, like that's the snipe you don't want happening.
That's the fun thing as well, is the overgrowth that they might not see coming could catch them from behind as well when they look to try to finish out the Rax mid. And right now, that seems to possibly be the case. I mean, they'd love to lead in with a pick-off first and foremost. They know they still have the advantage in numbers, as Luo is still out for about another 10 seconds, but no opportunity really presenting itself quite yet. Looks like they'll kind of back up. They know Roche has got to be up any moment, which it will be up in about 30 seconds time. They're going to look to just kind of take this one and use that as their bit of momentum to go right back towards the IG side. But they are in very good position here. Air is looking to probably get a BKB, which is a late BKB, which is a great BKB, having full 10 seconds to work with there. ZSMJ had finished out his Sheepstick what felt like not long ago, and suddenly he has 2,500 gold on top of that. He's at 18K net worth. The next close being Ferrari and his Queen of Pain at 16K, who has got the Shivas here. But look at this, IG, they smoke up. They're going to see if they can catch anyone out. Kaka's going to pop the smoke from the right from Ferrari. They shoot him up immediately. There's the scythe that flies out. He is out. 100 seconds, no coming back. Quan very low. Omni Slash flies out, but not getting anyone down. Now Air, happy to go toe-to-toe. The diffuser will land, but Burning goes down. Then Luo thereafter. 3 go down from IG. Make it 4. And that's enough. IG gets stomped, Blaze. I'm going to label it as stomping because that's what I saw. They take out IG in game number 1, 35-8. Unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, there's no other way to phrase it. Ferrari did really good in the lane, but that's about all that happened for IG on the offensive. Like, the Shadow Demon Lina Bristlebat, the Shadow Demon Lina Juggernaut just completely failed. Like, there's no other way to label it. They did not accomplish what they were meant to do, which is find kills on their quarries. And I don't know, I just like how HGT played this one. If you look at how Earthshaker and Treant led each of their ganks on the side lanes. When there was a hero pushing tier 2s, Earthshaker or Treant were always there, either blinking or coming in from invis and getting in a position where you couldn't TP away because you've got the overgrowth waiting, or you've got those chain stuns and slows and such. So essentially, the way they time their initiation is right when the TP is about to start, and IG just don't have a time to react. So they get punished heavily. We see 10 deaths on Bristle, 8 deaths on Juggernaut, and not a kill to Burning's name.
Yeah, I wouldn't even know who to classify as MVP. Hyperglory team kind of played that very well as a whole, so props to them. And suddenly IG are facing elimination from the Summit 3. Who'd have thought that? So we'll see what's going to happen here. We're going to hop right into game number 2 with Hyperglory Team having the 1-game advantage. Will IG be able to bounce back and take it to a game 3, or will we see a huge upset that many consider and Hyperglory Team sweeping him 2-0? We'll find out in just a moment. I'm KotLGuy. That's Blaze. We'll be back with more Dota action in just a moment.